Welcome back, everybody. With a career that spans over 30 years, Barry Hilton has had a successful career in both television and on stage. His new show, Evolver, will take place at Gold Reef City. It'll happen later on this month, promising to keep audiences engaged and in stitches. Evolver will also be a celebration of Barry's 30 years of success in the entertainment industry, all the while presenting audiences with the opportunity to enjoy his brand new material. Joining us now to tell us about this production is the man himself, Barry Hilton.
How's it? Thank you.
How you doing?
Oh, lekker. Look at I was grand. That's Macau.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's Macau, just outside Hong Kong.
Yeah.
It's not actually a part of Hong Kong, is it?
And that's, you have to take a ferry there. I'm actually going there now in February.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Did you perform?
I've done there about 5 times now.
Wow.
Really big place. Yeah, I do Hong Kong, Singapore, Macau, Kuala Lumpur, and really big stuff. I actually I was headlining the comedy festival last year there.
In Macau? It's like
in Kuala Lumpur, but Macau was part of the thing.
Well, I mean, you've also done, you were saying, the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, last year. It was quite amazing, Sydney Opera House.
Was it full of South Africans? I mean, because I think the amount of South Africans there can fill up the Sydney Opera House.
Yes, it can, but my humour goes across the board. You know, it's when I'm in South Africa, I talk like this, eh?
when you're Australian,
when I'm
what
Australian,
happens?
no, I just talk about life because, strange enough, people in Australia also get married and have sex and have children and things like that. So,
I didn't know that.
Yes, no, they got schools as well.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
thanks for letting me know. I didn't have a clue about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people actually say to me, "How do they understand you?" When I did London now, it's a place called Clapham Grand, huge place.
Yeah.
And I filled it up there, and about 60% always is about South Africans, about 60%. The rest are people that come to see me. But the best is, and I always get it, and I talk it on live, it happened again when I was in London just now, and the guy came to me and said, "You're really funny, son, but you talk funny." I said to the guy, "You should hear it from my ears, pal." So,
yeah, you should hear what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so
I know. You've got to love the world.
And people know a lot about South Africa, but I couldn't talk about Hillbrow, but I could talk about Joburg.
Yeah.
Makes sense? And then they like to think that we are this violent society and all that. So usually my opening line when I work cruise liners, because it's a lot of Americans and very American, they're very straight, Americans. So I'll say, "Yes, I'm from South Africa, send me your wallets." And actually,
and then what happens?
Sometimes I get.
Oh, you get some?
Yes, like in fun, and I go through the wallet and say, "Sheesh, Empress, I'll keep this one, I'll keep that." So they love it. They love the fact that we open in South Africa.
Yeah, and we do. I mean, people, they're understanding us, and they're realizing that our humor is actually quite a funny bunch of people.
Absolutely. You know, the funny, I was working in America 2 years ago. I was in Vegas, and I'm talking to this American guy, and he says to me, "We've got the dog whisperer. Have you got the dog whisperer?" I said, "Yeah, we've got the dog whisperer." He says, "Have you got anything better than the dog whisperer?" Stupid question to ask me. I said, "Of course, bro. We've got the lion whisperer."
Yeah.
And this guy said, "How do you get a lion whisperer?" I said, "Quite simple. There's 2 guys walking through the Kruger National Park, and they get lost. And the one guy goes, "Look, there's a lion." So this guy says to me, "Really?"
Oh,
no, actually, no.
Okay, so maybe we're just highly intelligent and the rest of the world is dumb. I mean, let's take it out that way. But what I love about your comedy, I mean, you've been around.
Yeah, a long time.
We were reminiscing. 1983.
1983.
That was when you started. Where was your first stand-up gig?
Port Elizabeth.
Oh, really? And they're happy people. So
they were great, and but we had to fit there. Yeah, there was a guy called Johnny Noble helped me from Biltong on Potchefstroom, but I had to get the job, and I couldn't get a job as a South African guy, so I had to pretend that I was from England. So funny, and it's a true story. So I walked into the guy's office. I said, "Okay, I'm here for the job. I'm doing it now. Don't worry." From Liverpool, and the guy believed me. You know, he said to me, "Tell me a joke," and I said to him, I think it was, bloke goes into an optician. Optician said, "You need glasses." So how do you know? I tell when you walk through the window. So, and he was going, "This guy's brilliant." So I was there for like 2 weeks already, and I'm banging it out. Now, I'd been practicing humor since I was 8, because that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, comic, it's what I wanted to be, so I picked up on the humor. So every time this guy walked into the room, I was doing new material. And this is a true story. He called me and he said, "We'd like to book you for 2 years, you know, the whole series." I said, no problem, or what? No problem at all. And the guy says, "We've got one small thing we have to iron out." Now, I just started and I thought, okay, I'm dead. I'm finished. I'm going back to be an electrician.
Yes.
I said, what's the problem? He said to me, I've heard that you can do a really good South African accent. So, of course, I said, funny you should say that, Drew. And he went, I can't believe it.
That's fantastic. And then from then onwards, you were okay. You could actually, you could be South African.
Proved to
but you know, South Africa changed so much. We were saying off air, I mean, in 1983, you could stand up and tell jokes about Van der Merwe and those, you know, just jokes.
Yeah.
But South Africa's changed. This is a different South Africa.
Yeah, it's a different South Africa. We talk about life now. And you know what happens? It's life is funnier, but it's really jokes, eh? It's the same. It's jokes, but have just evolved.
Yeah.
You know, so, but we talk the things that happen in life. Like, I went to a restaurant the other day and they had a unisex bathroom. So I went on stage and I said, this is getting out of hand. Got a unisex bathroom now. I mean, they're taking away the privileges of the men. They've taken all the urinals away because, I mean, that was our conversation talk. We would talk to them, how you doing? Very fine. I said, we must all put in a note in, and this is how I make up on stage, you know.
Yeah.
I said, we must put a note in, so when you go sit in the cubicle eventually, because you have to, you should have a little slide thing that you can knock on it, and somebody's next door, they can open the slide, at least you can have a chat.
You can at least still talk to one another. So, well, I didn't know men go through these kind of things.
No,
I thought
you
it was
don't.
just us women.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you like having a chat in the toilet. I like that. That's a good thing. Do you focus on politics at all?
No, I don't do politics.
So you stay away
completely.
There's two things I've noticed about you. Politics you stay away from, and swearing.
Yes.
I don't see you swearing on stage much.
I don't.
You never touch on those.
I say K-A-K, kak. That's it.
And that's it.
Basically, yeah.
Which is, how do you get away with it? Because I mean,
because I've never had to. I swear like normal. I'm a normal bloke. You know, when you're playing, watching rugby or whatever, normal bloke. Have a shout at the ref. But on stage, I'm a pro and I want to be successful. So you look at the plan here. If I swear and be crude and do this and this and this, my platform is this. If I involve everybody, my platform is this.
Yeah.
So it's common sense, I think.
Yeah. And
yes. And a guy, Johnny Noble again, he said to me, if you keep it clean, you'll always be in the scene. And it's true. Well, 34 years later, I'm still pumping along and having a great. I'm having good fun.
So we've got this show coming up now, Evolver. I can't even ask you what it's about because I don't even think you know. Because you get up on that stage and
as I get on, I go and I start. Whatever's happening at the moment, we'll do. But basically, my show is about mathematics because I was doing a show at a school. And one of the teachers, before they brought me up, said, you know, we've saw, Barry, that you've only got done at 8, but it's okay, and trying to make a joke out of it. Yeah. And I actually said to him, quite frankly, I'm very good at mathematics, to the teacher. And he said, really? And I started telling him about Pythagoras' theorem and stuff like that. So he was like, wow. So, of course, but comics think differently.
Yeah.
So he said to me, can you explain algebra? I said, piece of cake, bro. Algebra is like a really bad divorce, you know. You look at your ex and you think, why? So then I thought, well, what a good topic, and I started talking about mathematics.
And that's where it went to. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I could talk to you all morning, I really could, but unfortunately, I have to talk about politics, so I've got to do the news. Yeah, that's what I do. It's what I do, unfortunately, but it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Dates? What dates are we on?
26, 27, 28, I believe.
Done. And that's it. That's this month.
This month
at
Gold Reef.
Book your tickets. There it is. 85 Rand per person at the Lyric Gold Reef. It's an amazing theatre. And you can see the one and only Barry Hilton live on stage. It's always a pleasure. Barry, thank you for visiting us here in studio.
Thank you for loving me. I appreciate it.